Continuing in Siman Samach Vav, a few halachot earlier than when we spoke yesterday, the Shulchan Aruch writes interesting scenario which can come up. Kohen sheya koreh kriyat Shema ukoreh lekrot b'Torah. Yesh mi sheomer she'mafsik ve'yesh mi sheomer she'eno mafsik b'halacha kidvarav. Okay, so you have a kohen that's in the middle of kriyat Shema, and then he's behind clearly, and they're calling him up to get an aliyah. So one opinion holds that a person can be mafsik, and one opinion holds that he cannot be mafsik. And the halacha follows the Shulchan Aruch paskins. The halacha kidvarav, the halacha is like the second opinion that holds that you're not allowed to be mafsik in the middle of Shema. So first of all, let's understand the scenario more. So the Mishnah Berurah learns that Kriyat Shema is lav dafka, even in the brachot of Kriyat Shema, which means once he starts Yotzer or he's after Kriyat Shema, before Kriyat Shema, before Shemona Esrei, he's not allowed. It's the same halacha, whether it's be'emtza perek or ben prakim, that it's all the same halacha, and it will have the same status wherever you are, even between prakim of the brachot of Kriyat Shema, will have the same halacha. Now, what's the reason of the opinion that holds that you are allowed to be mafsik, and what's the reason of the opinion that holds that you're not allowed to be mafsik? So the reason why you would be allowed to be mafsik is because of kavod habriot, right? There's a tzibur over here, kavod Torah over here, and a kavod habriot, and therefore a person would be able to go and for the respect of the congregation, he would be able to get the aliyah of Birkat Kohen. Right? That's according to the first Yeshomrim. The second Yeshomrim, the Mishnah Berurah explains, is the reason why you shouldn't be able to be mafsik is because it's not a bizayon to the Torah if a person doesn't get the aliyah, even though they called him. Because the reason why you're not being mafsik is because you're in the middle of another mitzvah. In the middle of what mitzvah? You're in the middle of Kriyat Shema and Berchoteh, which is a mitzvah. Osek b'mitzvah, patur min mitzvah. And therefore it's not a bizayon when a person that's a kohen doesn't go up when he's called up for the aliyah, because he's in the middle of another mitzvah. And he doesn't have to. And even if he's the only kohen, it's not a worry, because the reason why he's not going up it's not a chashash of a pagum. We're not going to be choshesh that he's not a kohen, not a like he doesn't have the good yichus, because everybody knows that he's praying, and that's why he doesn't go up. And that is what the halacha follows. The halacha follows the second opinion that holds that because he's middle of another mitzvah, he shall not go up. And that means that even if they call him by his name, which we don't usually do, but they say Ya'amod, Mr. Cohen, Ben Cohen, whatever his name is, the halacha is, if he's in the middle of the brachot of Kriyat Shema or Shema, and he's not allowed to go up, he should not go up. Now, there's a machloket about the brachot Kriyat Shema, but Chazon Ovadia and the Kaf HaChaim, they both paskin that even when it comes to the brachot and the actual Shema, the halacha is the same, and therefore a person should not go up whether he is in the middle of the brachot and in the middle of the Shema itself. Now, obviously, this is a kol shekain if you're Yisrael, right? We're talking about a scenario. It can be even a scenario where you have one kohen, and that kohen is in the middle of brachot Kriyat Shema. He has to say, "I'm in the middle of praying. I cannot be mafsik. I'm not going to what he called over here in this scenario." So kol shekain anybody else that gets called up, even if they call you by your name, if you're in the middle of the brachot of Kriyat Shema and the middle of Shema, a person should not go up. If he's earlier in the tefillah by psukei de zimra, so if he's the only kohen, we allow him to go up ben prakim lechatchila. But if he's not the only kohen, he should try to, unless they call him by his name, then he has to go up. But if not, everybody else, if you're in the middle of psukei de zimra, it's not appropriate to go up unless they call you by your name. Then already you come to a scenario where they already call you by your name. But in a regular scenario, a person that's in the middle of psukei de zimra should not be mafsik lechatchila to get an aliyah unless you're the only kohen, and then they need to go up. But that's during psukei de zimra, until yishtabach, until after yishtabach. Once you begin brachot Kriyat Shema, according to Chacham Ovadia, you're not allowed to, you shouldn't go up, even if you're the only kohen, and they should put up someone else, Yisrael, in the place of the kohen. In that scenario, it can be a fairly common halacha, and therefore it's important to understand now that we have the understanding of the Hashem. We'll continue next time.